Welcome, welcome. We have a deck profile here from Top 8 at Nikolai Howlett's birthday tournament. He's over there playing Phil in the finals. Follow Solo Games. He'll be linked in the description below. This is Atha. And what did you do today?
I got 6th place with Drytron.
6th place with Drytron. And where are we at today? What store are we at?
Oh, we're at Southside Games.
Special shout out to Southside for hosting the tournament. Hopefully more to come. They announced that there will be some tournaments in the future, so we'll be here for those as well.
Look forward to the future free case tournament.
Yes, exactly. So you said you played Drytron. What was your record today in Swiss?
Went X2. I only lost in the last 2 rounds, and both losses were my fault.
What did you lose to?
I lost to Whitewood Centurion, and it was my fault. I knew he had Dark Ruler, and I overplayed into it, and then he Dark Ruler evenly me. And then my last game, last round I played Tempai, and in game 3, shout out to Casey. Game 3, I was super greedy. I tried to skip his turn, and then I got nipped. So
instead of skipping my turn, solidified first, he just accidentally summoned one extra time, but it's no big deal.
I could have had 2 Spell and Trap negates and then 2 Monster negates, but I wanted to skip his main phase. I wanted Casey to feel the pain. But
you learn from the mistakes. It is what it is. I lost in top 8. You lost in top 8. We're both losers. So here we are. We're going to get right into the deck profile. So this is your Drytron deck.
For sure. We'll start with the main deck. So obviously bread and butter, 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta.
Okay.
And then this one is, most people don't like this, but I actually play 3 of the new guy. So if you open any Drytron plus new 2, it's full combo.
Okay.
If any Drytron tributes new 2 Reborns from grave, he searches any name, you make Mubeta Foolishes, and then you have basically 4 out of 5 of your names.
And you played this at the regional this weekend, and you liked it then too, right?
Yeah, I played it at the regional. This is a different list than the regional. The regional list I definitely wasn't prepared for, but I've made modifications since, so it's a little better now.
Okay.
We play 2 Gamma and 1 Delta. I was playing Beta at the regional, but it just didn't come up enough to justify playing it. And then I was also playing the Ursatron, but same thing, like it was just win more in a sense. So, and then those are all the Drytron main deck monsters. 2 Diviner. I like to have 2 because usually when you do the combo, you'll always have 1 left in deck, and then when you need follow-up, the Ben 10 will search it. It lets you send the Entis, and then it's another interruption, so it lets you do your full combo.
And how often did you open Ben 10 today?
Of the 5 rounds, I want to say I opened it every single game except 1 game.
Oh,
so I was
Jesus.
I was just broken.
Oh, I mean, must be nice.
Yeah. Last normal monsters are going to be 3 Perulia. My deck is really strong going first. My end board is really overpowered, so this is really just something to basically either make the opponent skip their turn or to just give me more advantage in the long run.
To try to play through their field.
Exactly, yeah. Ritual monsters, we played Dad, and we played the Meteonis to summon off of it. I actually found myself summoning this guy multiple times today because my opponents would set up like 3 or 4 monsters on the board, and he attacks every special summon monster. So I would just eat their board and basically kill them.
You started 3-0 today, right?
Yeah, I was 3-0, and then through in the 4th round, and then through in the 5th round. 3 Ben 10, you have to play this. This card is so free. It lets you. That Ben 10 plus any 2 Drytrons lets you basically tribute Ben 10 4 times because we're also playing the Natasha. There's no reason not to play the Natasha. Like, I get that new 2 locks you, but it's only for the turn that it locks you. So if you go through all 3 Ben 10s in your first turn and you have the Natasha for follow-up, you're always winning that game. Yeah. You're never, as long as you're
steal monsters, gain life. You just it has multiple utility.
If you don't get Dark Ruler evenly, like, you're always winning.
Right.
So that's the lineup for the rituals. Let me do the spell cards first.
Yeah, whatever you want.
So I'm gonna do the singles. So obviously 1 ritual spell. I thought about playing 2, but it just doesn't come up enough to justify it. And this is low-key a break. Like, it's really good if you get double hand trapped and you have to play through it, but you really don't want to open that card because your Zeta is going to search it anyway. It just basically makes one of your ancient pieces dead. And then Foolish, we play the 1 Prosperity, and then the 1 Call By.
Yeah.
I don't think I drew this once today. We played 2 Tactics. This actually came up and won me a game. It was super free. I went Effect, Activate. My opponent ashed. Tactics looked at his hand, and I just shuffled back the only thing he had to play. The 3 ofs. I played 3 Droplet because this deck and Droplet is just...
It's insane.
It's It's like peanut butter and honey. It just goes together so well.
Didn't know those two went
Damien
together.
combo.
Oh yeah, the Damien combo. Yeah.
It's like pancakes and hot sauce.
3 Nova. It's just an E-Tally. It's super broken, and it's really nice because it gives you an extra extension. Because the Nova's going to summon any name, you can tribute or link off the name, and then you still have the name engraved to Reborn. And then one thing I like to do off the Nova is I like to summon the new 2 because the new 2 has an effect from Grave to Reborn itself, so it gives you an extra body off of that. And then the new 2 is a free summon as long as you control a Drytron. We play 3 emergency. There's no explaining that. You have to play.
Yeah.
Trap cards. Well, we played the 3 Imperm. And then my personal choice, I played the Azure statue.
Which means you're obviously playing Rabbit.
Yeah, of course. You have to play Rabbit.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing this at the regional, and it's just when you get Dark Rulered and you have nothing else but this, like at least you're not auto losing or getting clapped. Extra deck. Goddess, Savage, Phoenix.
Savage is banned.
My bad. Boral Sword.
There we go. Boral Sword.
It was a Boral.
He should be banned too.
Yeah. This card is so broken when you make it with Little Knight. Can't be destroyed by battle. Can't be destroyed by card effects.
IP?
It's a double attack. Yeah, exactly.
You said
Little Knight, Phoenix, Dynamundo, the Rabbit, IP. I mean, this is always good. And then the play that I like to do is you make the IP plus the new guy, and the new dad is he's a double monster negate, but he's actually soft, so he's only while he's face up on the field. So typically, I'll make this, and then I'll link them into the Dynamundo to shuffle back a card, and then I'll chain the Dynamundo to bring him back, and then I have 4 monster negates instead of the 2 that I started with.
He's always soft.
Silhouette, again, yeah, I just wanted some form of interruption so I can not lose to Dark Ruler. You have to play Phoenix because if Tempai seals you and then they summon the Quackimero, this is your only out to the Quackimero because it's 19 and it's a non-light or dark that you play because everything else is light and dark except the Dynamundo. Yeah. But if you can't summon your rituals, you can't play, and all our rituals are light. Little Knight, no explaining it. It's the best link that's ever existed, except maybe I know Summon Sources is link 3. Ignore me. Sword, just really good for closing out games. I had it come up once today in my first round. I played against Vanquished Soul, and I basically had a link 2 on my board. Natasha stole his last monster. I stole 2 of his monsters actually, and then I made the sword, and there was no game after that. This actually won me a game against Tempai because my opponent had seals plus the Ruddy Rose, and I had SP plus 2 bodies, and my opponent just he was being greedy, he wasn't using the seals, linked off his seals into the Underworld Goddess, and it won the game. 100% would recommend playing this card if you're going to play Drytron. You spam the board, there's no reason not to. Sumu Beta, I thought about playing 3, there's no space for it. The extra deck is, like, you can adjust it if you feel like you really need a 3rd one, but the 3rd one's only come up for me maybe once, but I don't even think it mattered at that point, because your recursion is so greedy in Drytron, you're always bringing back 3 to 4 bodies, and then you can just tribute them. And then he has a spell and trap negated as long as he has a material. I think I negated 3 or 4 spells with him. My opponent did not know what was happening. Love this card. This card is if Tempai shifters you, this is the out. You go any Drytron tribute anything, summon new 2, you make this, and then pass turn, and they can't kill this.
They can't kill through.
Downer to stack in case we need to make the Zeus. Really good. The Zeus came up for me twice today, but one time it didn't matter. And then for the Diviner, we play the Entis, we play the Arclight, and then we also play the Dragster. So Diviner makes itself a 6 by dumping either of these, and that makes any Drytron plus Diviner equals Dragster. And Dragster is beyond broken.
Spell and trap negate, right?
Yeah, it negates and destroys any spell or trap that activates or attempts to use its effect. So this against Tempai, this against like Branded, this card is just so broken. I would not cut this card ever. Yeah, I don't think I would change anything with the side deck, or sorry, anything with the extra deck. I could look at the main deck again, but I really don't think there's anything I would change. and then side deck. So free win.
I know it's
Card I lost to.
Very good cards, very great breakers.
You have to play that for rogue. And then this, I don't know if this is the right ratio for these, but I play 4 Bestials. So I know you can't summon them on my turn because of the Drytrons, but there's no saying I can't just use it on my opponent's turn to interrupt them.
Yeah.
The one Lancia for the banished decks, you can search it off Ben 10, it searches any light fairy monster, super broken. And then this actually won me again against 10 by 2. I'm playing the Emmer Factor Pain, the Overlord.
The turn skipper.
My opponent watched, my first Tempai opponent, the one that didn't nib me, he watched.
The one that just won the tournament, right?
Oh, he just
Because they already finished over there.
Shout
Finals is
out
over.
Nikolai.
Shout out to
GG's,
Nikolai
bro.
for winning the tournament already, and it's his birthday.
He watched me add this and he was like, what the fuck does that do? I summoned it and then he had to lose his main phase. He went to battle phase. He didn't have the quick play, so I got to survive a turn, and that's when he made the seals plus the ready, banished my whole graveyard, but I had follow up anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I would change anything. The Bestials didn't really come up today, but other than the Bestial, well, they're gonna be good anyway because any deck that plays Fiendsmith, but I just didn't play against any Fiendsmith decks. Yeah, I don't think I would change anything in the side deck, other than maybe I need to find space for Nib, but there's not really space for it.
And the deck is changing a lot this weekend with the release of the new cards and Radiant the Abyss.
Once the new Fuwalos come out, that's going to be the hardest thing because I'm going to have to try to find space for it, but they're just... This deck is so tight because of all the cards you have to play, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, congrats again. I'll see you at the free case tournament they're probably hosting here, but you'll be at the Cool Stuff Hollywood Regional next weekend?
Yes, sir.
Or maybe 2 weeks? All right, have a good
The
one.
regional.
Thank you.